Alright, so YouTube, I decided to come out here to the junkyard to go ahead and pull this passenger side fender. I was like, let's go ahead and do it. They're cheap enough out here, pick and pull. Let's go ahead and pull it. So, easy enough. You got bolts 1, 2, 3, 3 here on top. Then you got to go up underneath and pull out. See if I can show you. You gotta get that bolt in there, and I will post a secondary video when I take off the bumper at the house. So I'll give you a little bit more in depth. This is kind of just like an overview of the things you gotta. Oh shit! What was that? Alright YouTube, so today I'm going to be working on sanding down this fender, and what I'm going to be using is this. I'm going to start out using 220, see that? Start out using 220, then I'm going to kick it up to 400, which I already have out, kick it up to 400, and then I'm going to end with 800, and then I'm going to wipe it down with a tack cloth, well, not a tack cloth, but a microfiber towel. Wet sand it again, let it dry, primer any spots that may have bare metal, then I'm going to throw it on the car, and this will be the last step I need before I can start sanding the whole car and getting it ready for paint. So stay tuned and I'll show you how to take fenders off. You can also check other YouTubers to learn how to do this, but since I'm already changing the fender out anyway, I guess I'll show you the bolts and the whatnots to remove this fender. Anyway, stay tuned. Alright, so that's it for the 220, and now I'm going to prepare this 400. I'm going to wipe it down first, get all the dust off, and then prepare to start sanding it down with the 400 grit. Alright, so I'm going to use my sand tool to expedite the process, and then I'll go over and to fine tune it with the 400 in the areas that are hard to get to with the sand tool. So let's get started with that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and sand it down with 800 off camera. I'm sure you don't want to see me sand, have a whole episode full of sanding. I bet that could be pretty boring. So let me sand this down, and I'll pick you back up when I start priming it, wet sanding and priming it. Alright, so I just laid down my first coat of automotive primer, and I'm trying out this Rust-Oleum. There we go. Trying out this Rust-Oleum easy trigger with the automotive primer. I'm gonna go in now for my second coat, and then probably one more coat, let that dry for 30 minutes, and then put that fender on the car. Stay tuned. Alright, so first order of business, in order to get the fender off, you have to remove the tire. Don't try to do it without removing the tire, it won't work. The next thing we want to do is we need to get this inner fender well off. So there's some bolts or plastic clips. And forward again with these plastic clips. Just point them out to you. Here, 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 and you'll have to take the screw out. You have to take this screw out right here, and I believe that's it for the inner fender well. So let me hop to that, and I'm gonna use my upholstery tool that I got to pluck out everything, and without breaking them, hopefully. That's all I'm doing is I'm getting up under it, rocking back and forth until they release. Just like that. So that's that one, that one, that one, that one done. I think to get over here, I think this is like a 5 bolt down here, and this is I think a Torx 20, but we'll see. All right, so this bolt is a socket 7, and this bolt is a T30. Goodness, T30. I'm gonna go take these off, and I'll cut you back on. So once you get those bolts removed, all you have to do is push out to get it off of this little slot here. My fingers pointed, my thumb is. So you gotta push in, and then you can pull down and pull the whole thing out. All right, so now the fun part. So we're gonna have to pop the hood, but there's a bolt right here. There's a bolt right behind that. There's some bolts way back there that are on the bumper. There's some bolts, or there's one bolt behind the fluid dispenser, and there's a bolt over here behind the door. It's like right here. So we're gonna go lift the hood, get these 1, 2, and 3 bolts off, get these bolts off, and this bolt back here off, and that bolt, and then we can take off the fender, and we'll be done. Well, let's get started. Yeah, and the cool thing about this is that every last one of these bolts are all 10s. All right, so we're gonna undo this bolt. 1, 2, 3 on top. All right, those bolts are done. Collect. This one goes to the lights. And make sure. This is bolt fender. I'll set those down over there. So now it's already loose, right? All right. So let me get up under here and take out the ones on the bottom. So when you're inside the car, there's a bolt right there. And let's see if I can get this one to show. That bolt right there. And there's one all the way under that bolt right there. So 1, 2, 3. And then one way up there at the back. That's 4. You move those, fender drops. And then, like I said, one behind, it's like directly behind this washing or fluid dispenser for your windshield. And then the bumper comes off, the fender comes off. All right, let's hop to it. For the one behind the door, you'll need, a 10 millimeter and an extension. Otherwise, you'll have a little bit of a hard time getting this one off. There's one more bolt that I forgot to mention. This bolt holds on the the washing dispenser. So you want to remove this bolt so you can get access to the last bolt to keep the side fender on for this car. Yes, I raised my voice because it's really annoying, all these bolts that are hidden, but it is what it is. Promise, this is the last bolt. Up under the push wells, there's one bolt holding on the bottom part of the fender. Make sure you get that one too. So once you remove a plethora of bolts, all these bolts down here look like ants right now, but once you remove all the bolts, you should be able to simply, you have to pull down on this part to dislodge the bumper trim from the fender. You should just be able to slide up. Make sure everything's dislodged and pulled out. Should just be able to pull it out, just like so. Take this thing back to Pick and Pull, and they'll give me my $5 back. Their core charge. Ridiculous. Anyway, so that's how you take off. That's how you take off the fender, passenger fender, and or driver's side fender for the 05 Focus. So, on the side here, look at my my spacing for the the fender and the door has gotten a lot better. It used to be like maybe like a half-inch gap. Now it's definitely below a half-inch gap, so it looks a whole lot better. Anyway, that's it. That's it for the build. I'm gonna wet sand everything down right here to get it ready for the paint job. Let me finish putting the bolts back on here, and we'll be good to go. All right, everybody, so I wet sanded it down, and that damage has been repaired. I'm gonna have to go back and I mean, this is smooth to the touch. I may dress that up a little bit. It's a little bit of runs that I got. Oh, excuse me, you can't see that. There's a little bit of runs that I got, but it's really smooth and I can't feel it. But I'm still gonna sand it down a little bit. Probably respray one more time. I'll probably do that once I start doing the whole car and knock this bad boy out and get it sprayed. Get that new coat of paint on them and bring this Focus back to its former glory. Back in 2005. This car deserves. I saw another Focus on the road not too long ago. It was a red one with the MK3 front. It was nice. Had the tinted windows and everything. I was like, all right. So I see where my Focus is gonna go. But anyway, like I said, I'm Jamel with Focused Hands, and I'll see you in the next episode.